Hello dear students. In this video, we are going to learn XML DTD. In last videos, we have learned history of XML, then XML declaration, some examples of XMLs. Now here we will learn the next point from your curriculum, that is about the document type definition, DTD. Now this document type definition, it is used to check the validity of XML document. So for that we can use this DTD. So when we are using XML with this document type definition, then this XML document, it is a well formed as well as a valid one. And XML document with the correct syntax, it is only the well formed XML document. So see the difference. So if you want only a well formed XML document, then we will write XML in a simple format that we have seen in last videos. And suppose we want XML document in a valid, it should be a valid also, then we have to use XML along with the DTD. Now, what is a DTD? DTD, it is a document type definition. So it will define that how exactly your document structure and what will be the data type for each and every element. So it will check the validity. According to that, you are specifying the document or not. So it is used to check the grammatical rules for your data or the information that you are passing. Now, this is a syntax for the DTD. The basic syntax you can see here. Exclamation mark, then doc type, element, DTD identifier, and within the square bracket of these tags, you have to write down the declaration part. So DTD starts with this exclamation doc type. This is a compulsory one, delimiter. Now, element tells that parser to pass the document to the specific route. So it will contain the element parts, and square bracket containing element with that type, whether it is a PC data or whether it is a C data, that we will see later. So these DTDs definition, where we are defining that definition, according to it, it is divided into the two types. One as an internal DTD and second as an external DTD. So yeah, here we will see internal DTD. Internal DTD, its name is indicating that it is an internal to the document. So XML document and this document type definition, these both will be included in the same document. So that is an internal DTD. We will see example later of this internal DTD. So internal DTD, if the elements are declared within this XML file. Now here standalone attribute must be set to yes, as we are defining the DTD within the XML document. That's why one of the attribute of XML declaration, it should be set to yes. So let's revise that concept of declaration. We have seen three values: version number, encoding, that is UTF-8 by default, and standalone, it is a no. Standalone will be S. If you are using an internal DTD, then standalone value is equal to S. And if you are using external DTD, then it must be no. And by default, it is a no. So let's go to that one, internal DTD. So what is an internal DTD? Document type definition, which will define the rules and regulations, are within same document, XML document. Now the syntax is that doc type, root element, element declaration. So let's see example. See, this is an example of internal DTD. Now this first part up to the square and the first one, this is about your internal DTD, XML version 1.0, then encoding UTF-8 and standalone S, that it is an XML declaration. After that, from the doc type and this end of the square bracket, this is your document definition. Doc type address, so root element is which one? Address. Square bracket containing these are the different elements. Now every element, it's a keyword is an element, and before that exclamation mark, it is a compulsory one. Now after that, write down address, it is your root element, and containing the child element as name, company, and the phone, and then end of that element. Now the name, company, phone containing the data. So here PC, its a type will be hash PC data. PC data stands for parsed character data. So your data will be passed. So it will be having some set of rules how to pass the data. So your name, company, and phone number will be passed by the parser. Now your example is that address, name, company, phone, and these are the text. So you have to take care that elements, whatever you are specifying in the DTD and you are using in your XML, both should be the same. Now here explanation of this example. Start declaration that you know, 1.0 version, encoding UTF-8, standalone S. Immediately DTD, that after that you have to write down doc type address. So this is a doc type address and starting with the exclamation mark. Then DTD body, you can see here, this is DTD body. And end declaration is that square bracket and end of the tag. Now, what are the rules? Document type declaration must be at the start of your document after your declaration. So, and it must start with an exclamation mark. Name of the document type must match with the element of the root element. That element root you have given address. The same name should be given in the XML file. So this is about the internal DTD. Next one, it is about the external DTD. Name is indicating external means what? This DTD file will be returned to another file. So DTD file, it is a separate one, and your XML file, it is a separate one. So just we have to call that file. You have to write down the path of that particular file. It will be get called. External DTD document declared, it is outside the XML file. And here you have to set standalone attribute is equal to no. See, listen, standalone attribute must be no when you are using external DTD. Why? Because you are using external resource. Then standalone attribute is set to no. And if you are writing DTD within XML, that is an internal DTD, then standalone is equal to what? Standalone is equal to S. Then it's a syntax C, exclamation mark, doc type, root element, system, file name. Now see here, one element has been added over here, one identifier, sorry, system. So system will write down the file name where exactly the DTD has been placed. So file name containing extension as in DTD. So you have to be careful that when you are writing DTD file, it should be stored with an extension as .dtd extension. Now, next about the types. Okay, system identifier may be system or the public. So you can write system and suppose your DTD is address.dtd. So you can write down system address.dtd public, or you can write down name public and then example. So this is a PC data. PC data, it is a parsed character data. So it is passed by the parser. The text will be examined by the parser and entity, and C data will not be passed by the parser. Now let's see example. Example of the DTD. External DTD I want to show you. See, this is an external DTD address.dtd. You can see this has been written over here in this, and it's this address.xml, and it has been called over here doc type address system.address.dtd. So if you run this one, then let's see, run this one address, see, it will be run as it is. So this is an external DTD, and internal DTD example, both has been written within the same file. So it will give the same output. So let's open with the editor. You can see XML UTF standalone is equal to yes. And in case of this one, standalone is equal to no, where in external DTD. So in next video, we will see some of the examples of internal and external DTD. Now we will stop here, and thank you.